When they found her, she couldn't even stand. She was trembling, starving, barely clinging to life in the hallway of a cold apartment building in the Bronx. Just a tiny puppy, alone, abandoned, and nearly broken beyond repair. She didn't bark, she didn't cry, she didn't even lift her head. They said she wouldn't make it, but Baby Gina had other plans. Let me take you back to the beginning. It was early January 2025 when a maintenance worker at a Bronx apartment complex noticed something strange. A small animal, barely moving, curled up against the baseboard in a dimly lit hallway. At first, he thought it was a pile of rags until it moved. Slowly, painfully, he crouched down and realized it was a puppy, maybe 3 months old. Her fur was patchy. Her body was so thin you could see every rib, every bone. Her eyes were dull, not with sleep, but with suffering and fear. She had been vomiting, dehydrated, and so weak she couldn't even stand up to drink water. That maintenance worker did the right thing. He called animal control, and soon, the nonprofit group Second Chance Rescue NYC got the call. When rescuers arrived, they weren't sure if she'd survive the ride to the vet. She was fading fast. They named her Baby Gina. And from that moment on, she wasn't just another case. She was family. At the vet clinic, the news was grim. Gina was severely malnourished. She had multiple infections. Her red blood cell count was dangerously low. Her organs were showing signs of shutting down. And she was at serious risk of something called refeeding syndrome, a condition where a starving body can't handle sudden nourishment. Even giving her food too quickly could kill her. There was no quick fix, no miracle injection. If she was going to make it, it would take time, patience, and love. The staff got to work. They set her up in intensive care. IV fluids, antibiotics, careful monitoring, and just the tiniest bit of specially formulated food every few hours. Her body couldn't handle more than that. First, it didn't look good. She slept most of the day, barely moved. Her breathing was shallow. Some nights, the vet techs stayed with her the whole time, whispering gently, hoping she'd know someone cared. And then, one morning, something changed. She opened her eyes, not just barely, fully, and she looked around the room. That was the first real sign of hope. They wrapped her in blankets and held her for short periods, letting her feel warmth, safety, and human touch. The kind that heals, not hurts. And Gina slowly began to respond. She lifted her head, took a few shaky steps, then a few more. She started eating a little more and wagging her tail, just a little flick at first, like her body was trying to remember what happiness felt like. Every milestone felt like a miracle. A few steps, a real tail wag, a bark, small and hoarse, but a bark. The whole clinic rallied around her. She became their little mascot. One tech brought her a tiny stuffed elephant that she curled up with every night. Another played soft music in her recovery crate. They weren't just healing her body, they were helping heal her heart. And word got out. Photos of Baby Gina started circulating online. People couldn't believe the before and after pictures. The sunken, lifeless puppy in the hallway, now bright-eyed, sitting up, her fur growing back. People from all over sent messages of love. Donations flooded in to cover her vet bills. Some sent blankets, toys, and treats. A child from Oregon mailed a handwritten card that simply said, "Dear puppy, I believe in you." And it seemed Gina believed in herself too. By the end of the month, she was a different dog. Still small, still recovering, but she had gained nearly 5 pounds. Her coat was coming in soft and thick, and her energy had returned. She could run now, play, bark with joy. And then came the day everyone had waited for. She was discharged from the veterinary clinic. But that wasn't the end of her story. It was just the next chapter. Second Chance Rescue had carefully screened dozens of adoption applications, and one stood out. A woman who had previously adopted another dog from the organization. Someone who understood the trauma dogs like Gina carry. Someone who wouldn't just give her a home, but give her space to trust again. And that's exactly what happened. Gina moved into a house with a fenced-in yard, 2 furry siblings, and a mom who adored her. At first, she was hesitant, scared of sudden noises, unsure about toys. She didn't understand how to play. But her new family was patient. Her canine brother would lie next to her, nudging her gently when she seemed sad. Her human mom let her sleep in the bed, tucked under soft blankets. And slowly, just like before, Gina started to bloom. She learned how to chase a ball, not very well, but with a whole lot of heart. She discovered the joy of rolling in the grass. She let out that deep, happy sigh only dogs know, the kind that says, "I'm safe now. I'm home." Her transformation was a miracle. The same little dog who once hovered on the edge of death now sprinted through her yard, tongue out, eyes sparkling, ears flopping as she ran. She had found her joy, her pack, her place in the world, and all because someone said yes. Yes to rescuing her. Yes to fighting for her. Yes to believing that even the most broken deserve a second chance. You know, every day, thousands of animals just like Baby Gina sit in shelters or worse, abandoned, abused, forgotten, and many of them don't get the help she did. But they should, because Gina isn't just a miracle. She's a reminder that no matter how dark things get, healing is possible. That love, when given freely and patiently, changes everything. And that behind every set of sad eyes is a soul waiting to be seen. So if her story touched you, don't just scroll past. Share it. Talk about it. Consider donating to organizations like Second Chance Rescue or to your local shelter. Volunteer, foster, adopt. Be someone's miracle. Because Gina's journey isn't just about survival, it's about hope. And hope is contagious. They said she wouldn't make it. They didn't know her spirit. They didn't know the people who would fight for her. They didn't know what love could do. And now she's proof that second chances are real. And sometimes miracles have 4 paws. Thank you for watching. If Gina's story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe for more real stories of hope, rescue, and the incredible bond between humans and animals. Because sometimes the smallest among us have the biggest stories to tell.